Good morning, dear students. I hope you will be safe and sound inside your homes. Today is 23rd of April 2021 and it's class 10th subject General English section poetry topic from I explain a few things. It is the last poem of the poetry section. This poem is actually written by the Pablo Neruda. Before we're gonna discuss about the poem, let's first of all have a keen introduction about the poet. I am your English teacher, Mr Nisar Ahmad Khoja, place of posting, Boys Higher Secondary School, Panzgam. Let's have a keen look about the Pablo Neruda. Who was Pablo Neruda? Original name Ricardo Elisa Neftali Reyes Bastille. Born on July 12, 1904, Pearl Chile. Chile is basically a country which lies in the western coast of South America. साउथ अमेरिका में है, जनूबी अमेरिका के वेस्ट कोस्ट में है ये. Died on September 23, 1973, Santiago. Santiago is basically the capital of, Chile. Was an important Latin American poet of 20th century. He is considered, this Pablo Neruda is considered perhaps the most important Latin American poet. Latin, its origin from the Italy American poet of 20th century. 20वीं सदी के मशहूर शायर रह चुके हैं वो. He was a Chilean poet. वो Chilean poet थे, means who belongs to the Chile, a country. Diplomat भी थे and a politician who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. And this personality was given the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971 because of his immense contribution towards the American literature. He died at the age of 69. He became known as a poet when he was 13 years old and wrote in a variety of styles. His notable awards: International Peace Prize 1950. In 1950 he won the International Peace Prize. Lenin Peace Prize. In 1953 he was awarded with the Lenin Peace Prize. In 1971, I have already told you, he won the Nobel Prize in Literature. His notable works including Residence on Earth, Canto General, 20 love poems and a song of despair, Crepuscular, Span in My Heart, Elemental Odes, Odes means address, Lostly, Then Come Back, The Lost Neruda. This was a little bit information about the poet Pablo Neruda, who is a Chilean poet. Chile, which is a country and which lies in the South American coast, actually, in America. The poem that we are going to study is from I Explain a Few Things. This is basically the poem that we will inshallah focus in our upcoming topics from tomorrow. This poem is about, the Spain war. Spain, which is a country where the civil war broke out, and the poet was very panicked. He went to there with some friends, and after staying some time, he was writing his poetry. He was a lover of nature, and he was writing his poetry. But unfortunately, he stopped writing because there was, bloodshed everywhere in Spain, especially the capital city of Madrid, which is the Spain's capital. स्पेन की जो कैपिटल है वो मैड्रिड है. शायद कुछ दोस्त अमेरिका के उसके साथ कुछ दोस्त थे, वहाँ गए. तो जब पहले पहले शायर बहुत खुश था अपने दोस्तों के साथ, और वो उसने कुछ शायरी लिखनी शुरू की थी वहाँ पर. तो शायरी लिखने के साथ साथ वहाँ पर जो एक सिविल वार हुआ था 1956 में, आई थिंक सो, हाँ, तो उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा ब्लड शेड हुआ था, बहुत ज़्यादा खून रेजी हुई थी. और इसलिए जो पोएट जो थे पैब्लो नेरुडा, ही स्टॉप राइटिंग, उसने कुछ नहीं लिखा. तो इसलिए इसने अपनी इस पोएम का टाइटल दिया फ्रॉम आई. यहाँ से आई फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर के लिए यूज होता है. एक्सप्लेन अ फ्यू थिंग्स, इसलिए उसने कुछ ही थिंग्स को एक्सप्लेन किया, बिकॉज इट वाज basically the bloodshed that lies in the capital city of Madrid, or we can say in the Spain. Everywhere there was blood, there was dead bodies. The dead bodies, or we can say the corpses, were flowing through the blood in everywhere in the streets. So the poet became very panicked and he stopped writing. And This is a very emotional poem, we can say, where the poet talks about the capital city of Spain, which is Madrid, where the civil war broke out. एक सिविल वार हुई थी. What is civil war? It is basically a war between the two opposed groups of a country which became so intense or bitter that finally culminate in the war. जब एक समाज में, जब एक कंट्री में दो ग्रुप्स के बीच कंट्रोवर्सी हो जाएगी, जैसे मुस्लिम्स एंड हिंदूज, वी विल टेक द एग्जांपल, तो ये इस हद तक बढ़ जाएगी कि ये जंग, ये जन्म देगी एक वार को. दैट्स कॉल्ड अ सिविल वार. थोड़ा सा कन्फ्लिक्ट होता है, फिर कन्फ्लिक्ट इतना बढ़ जाता है दोनों ग्रुप्स में, अपोजिट ग्रुप्स में, तो फाइनली इट कल्मिनेट्स इनटू द वार. ये एक जंग को जन्म देती है. तो दिस वाज a little bit information about the Pablo Neruda. I hope inshallah you will enjoy this information. Thanks. Stay safe. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz. Stay safe.